पहले बेसिक से शुरू करते हैं। इसमें अराउंड 350 क्वेश्चन है। मैं इसको 6 पार्ट में लेने का ट्राई करूँगा। क्वेश्चन 1, द सर्किट कंपोनेंट दैट अपोजेस द चेंजेस इन सर्किट वोल्टेज। इसका होगा क्या? कैपेसिटेंस। कैपेसिटेंस मेरा वोल्टेज को अपोज करता है और इंडक्टेंस मेरा करंट को अपोज। क्वेश्चन 2, two heaters rated at 1000 watt 250 volt each are connected in series across this is the total power drawn from the supply। अगर मैं आई नो ए फॉर्मूला P इज इक्वल टू वी स्क्वायर बाई आर। अगर मैं ये जो हीटर्स है इनका रेजिस्टेंस निकालने का ट्राई करूँगा तो मेरे को मिलेगा R इज इक्वल टू वी स्क्वायर अपॉन P, मतलब 250 का स्क्वायर अपन 1000। यहाँ से मुझे मिलेगा अराउंड 62.5 ओम। अभी उसने बोला है बोथ द हीटर्स आर कनेक्टेड इन सीरीज, इट मीन्स 250 वोल्ट है, 250 वोल्ट का सप्लाई है, 250 वोल्ट का सप्लाई है, उसमें 62.5 एंड अनदर 62.5 इसमें पावर उसने पूछा है ना, तो अपन पावर को कर देंगे वी स्क्वायर बाई आर। इसमें आर क्या, इसमें भी क्या होगा? 250 वोल्ट है, 250 वोल्ट का स्क्वायर डिवाइड बाई 62.5 इंटू 2। दो रेजिस्टेंस है ना मेरा, दो रेजिस्टेंस सीरीज में कनेक्टेड है, तो ये हो जाएगा 250 का स्क्वायर डिवाइड बाई 125। आंसर हो जाएगा मेरा 500 वाट। तो 500 वाट अपन टिक करेंगे और आगे बढ़ेंगे। क्वेश्चन 3 बोला तो स्पेसिफिक रेजिस्टेंस मेरा क्या होता है? रो मेरे को पता है R इज इक्वल टू रो L बाई ए। रेजिस्टेंस मेरा रो L और A के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है। रो जो मेरा होता है वो मेरा कंडक्टर का जो मटेरियल होता है उसकी कंपोजिशन, वो किस मटेरियल से बना है उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करते हैं। आगे बढ़ते हैं। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, ए वायर हैज ए रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ 10 ओम, इट इज ट्रेस्ड बाय 1/10 ऑफ द ओरिजिनल लेंथ, देन द रेजिस्टेंस विल बी। लेट फर्स्ट माई लेंथ वाज L। द वायर, यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन का वर्डिंग देखो, इट इज ट्रेस्ड बाय 1/10 ऑफ द ओरिजिनल लेंथ, मतलब फर्स्ट इफ माई लेंथ वाज L, नाउ माई लेंथ इज 11L अपॉन 10। और मैं that is L becomes 11L by 10. First thing is this. Now the volume of the wire remains same. वॉल्यूम क्या होता है? वॉल्यूम होता है एरिया इंटू लेंथ, मतलब ये वायर का वॉल्यूम पहले और वॉल्यूम बाद में तो सम इक्वल रहेगा। तो A1 L1 इक्वल टू A2 L2। Now I know if this L is L, then this is my 11 by 10 L. So what will happen to my A1 by A2? My A1 by A2 will become 11 by 10 L divided by L, 11 by 10, 11 by 10, and my L1 by L2 is L divided by 11 by 10L, 11 by 10L. So this 10 got cancelled and I will get 10 upon 11. Now I know my resistance R is equal to rho L by A. R is directly proportional to L by A. That means R2 by R1 is L2 by L1 into A1 by A2. Done. I have this equation now with me. I know this R1 is 10 ohm given. I have to find R2. So R2 is L2 by L1. I get L2 I get my L2 by L1 to be 11 by 10. 11 by 10 multiply 11 by 10 multiply given is 10. So I will get, this is my R, this is my A1 by A2, this is my L2 by L1. What I will get? I will get this and this will cancel. I will get 12.1 ohm. 12.1 ohm is the answer. Let's go. Next question, the ratio of resistance of 100 watt 200 volt lamp and 100 watt 110 volt lamp. See, my P is V square by R. My P is V square by R. First case 1. Now see, R is V square by P. First case R1 is V square. V square is 220 square divided by P. P is 100 watt. I'll get something. Now case 2, R2 is 110 volt, 110 square divided by 100 watt. What I'll get? I need R1 by R2. My R1 by R2 will be 220 square divided by 110 square. 220 square divided by 110. This is cut to be 2. This is cut to be 2. Answer will be 4. Next question is like, if 4 10 microfarad capacitor are connected in parallel, the net capacitance will be 10 microfarad capacitor are connected in parallel. The answer will be 40. Capacitors are added when connected in parallel. Let's go. 3 resistance 5 ohm each are connected in star. The value of equivalent delta resistance are. This is a typical question of star delta conversion. 5 ohm resistance are connected in star. This is 5, this is 5, this is 5. When we connected in delta, this will be 5 plus 5 plus 5 into 5 divided by 5. This will get cancelled and my answer will be 15 ohm. A very important question about the temperature coefficient of resistance. See, aluminum is a conductor, so it has a positive temperature coefficient. Carbon is a semiconductor, so it has a negative temperature coefficient. Manganese, another one is manganese. Manganese is a conductor, but its temperature coefficient is very negligible. In this question, I have tell कि carbon is a semiconductor, so it has a negative temperature coefficient. Similarly, insulating material has also negative temperature coefficient. So when the temperature rises, its resistance decreases. See, this is an important question. Which of the following material possesses the least resistivity? Least resistivity has copper. Next question, the wire A and B both have same material but different length and longitude. Find the ratio of specific resistance. The specific resistance of a material doesn't depend upon the length or area. It will be always depend on the material itself. So answer will be 1:1. This is an important question. See, this is an important question. The equivalent resistance between terminal X and Y of the network is saying. See carefully. This is a balance bridge. How to recognize a balance bridge? Go from एक टर्मिनल को पकड़ो, जाओ किसी भी एक डायरेक्शन में गया मैं, मुझे मिला 5 के अपोजिट में कौन लगा है 30. अभी मैं क्या करूँगा 5 into 30 विथ रिमेनिंग 2 15 into 10 equal to 15 into 10. Is it true here? Yes, it is true. So this R is a redundant element. This R is a redundant element. So we can neglect this. When we neglect this, we will get 15 and 5 are in series, so we will get like this 20, and 30 and 10 are in series, so we will get 40, and the answer will be 40 parallel 20. We will calculate like 40 into 20 divided by 40 plus 20, 800 divided by 60, 80 by 6 will be my answer. We don't have 80 by 6, but we have 40 by 3. 40 by 3 is my answer. A 10 microfarad and 20 microfarad capacitor in series, the combination is supplied with 150 volts from the sinusoidal supply voltage. The voltage across the 20 microfarad capacitor this is supplied by 150 volt. For capacitor, we know V is Q upon C, so V is inversely proportional to C. So the lower capacitor will have higher voltage. Lower capacitor will have higher voltage. This is something like my current division rule. So I will do like 150 into opposite resistance, that is 10 microfarad divided by 30. Answer will be my 50 volt. See, it is giving the wave shape current flowing through inductor. I know VL is L into di by dt. This is a ramp signal. If this is a ramp signal, its derivative will be step signal. Where is my step signal? Here. So this will be my answer. Basically, I have to do the derivative of this. See, this is a good question. It says a 20 microfarad capacitor connected across the ideal voltage source, the current through the capacitor. See, here is the capacitor, here is the capacitor. See, this is a good question. Let's see. Let I connect the switch here only. You can see when before the time t, the voltage was 0 and there is a sudden rise. At t equal to 0. That means I can say here the frequency is very high. And for a capacitor, I know 1 by 2 pi fc. When my frequency is very high, my reactance offered by this capacitor is very low. When this is very low, there is a high flow of current during the start at first, but exponentially at this. At here, see, there is no change means DC means frequency is very low. When my frequency is very low, the reactance offered by this capacitance is very high, so it will become 0. The current becomes 0. So my answer will be A. Now next question. It is saying 3 microfarad capacitor in series, a 6 microfarad capacitor in parallel. These are my 3 microfarad capacitor and this is my 6 microfarad capacitor. Now 3 microfarad capacitor are in series, so this series combination will give me 1 microfarad. When this 1 microfarad will be combined with this 6 microfarad, I will get what? I will get a 7 microfarad. Answer is 7 microfarad. Let's go to next question. See, this is an excellent question. The question says, in the circuit, V is the input voltage applied across the 2 farad capacitor. Current through the capacitor. Find the current through the, IC. Current through the capacitor IC is equal to C D VC upon dt. मतलब current through the capacitor is the derivative of voltage through the capacitor multiply with C. Now see, my C value is 2 farad, so this C is equal to 2. Basically what I have to do, I have to differentiate this waveform. Differentiation of these types of linear waveform is nothing but the slope. Basically the slope. What will be the slope of this thing? The slope is, here the slope is plus 10, here the slope, here the slope is what? Change in y by change in d. Here the slope is minus 11, here the slope is plus 11. Just I have to multiply these with 2. So what I'll get? I will get a waveform like a slope of 10, then a slope of minus 11, then a slope of plus 11, then a slope of minus 11, like this. That means here is plus 10, here is minus 11, here is plus 11, here is minus 11. When we multiply with these two when we multiply, then I will get this. See, 10 becomes 20, minus 11 becomes minus 22, next 11 becomes 22, like this. This will be my answer. This is a very good question. Yeah, halwa question. Ampere second is the unit of energy, charge. See, next question. Three inductors are connected. Each is 60 millihenry, are connected in delta. When we have to find the equivalent star. When we connect resistance or inductance in delta and we change them to star, when we convert delta to star, it will be simply divided by 3. So 60 millihenry will becomes 20 millihenry. Next question is, 2000 ohm 2 watt resistors are connected in parallel. Their combination of resistance value and the voltage rating. Their combinational value what? Their combinational value is 1000 ohm. So here is 1000, here is 1000. There is no 2000, there is no 2000. These two options are eliminated. My answer is this or this. Now here the power is P is I square R, 2 is I square into 2000. I square is 1 by 1000. I is 1 by root over of 1000. We have 2 resistance, so my I becomes 2 by root over of 1000. So my power will becomes I square R. My I becomes 4 by 1000 and my R becomes 1000. I have found na, my R is 1000. So the answer will be 4 watt. 4 watt. Next.